again, it's adversity, right? Like this team's facing some adversity right now. I still say that, again, I don't want to do the whole, well, what if that puck went in, or what if they got this in? How different is the conversation? I just think the biggest thing for me is the power play still. Like, not to bring the conversation away from that, but like, I still think the power play is the most concerning thing about this team, because that's the thing that isn't going to change for the playoffs. Or, excuse me, isn't going to change in terms of what's happening on it, aside from the guys trying harder and changing up what they're doing. And right now, it's almost 2 full months of the power play just being absolutely woeful. Like, awful. They were like, I gotta look it up. I think they were like a 30% in January, right?
I don't remember their exact numbers in January.
I'm gonna find it right now.
It feels like a combination of things when we are talking about the power play, though. It isn't just one really obvious
There's no silver
problem
bullet.
that sticks out, because part of it is, like, even when they do generate looks, they're just not able to finish right now. Like, you think about Pettersson's chance off of the Miller cross-seam pass.
The softy into Lindgren's glove.
Normally, that's the type of chance that Pettersson buries.
Yep.
They are also missing some of their passes that are meant to be for redirections. Like when Miller was walking on that same power play, Miller was walking down the left half wall. Sorry, this was a missed shot that I had jotted down here, but like, they're missing their shots for deflections. They're missing their shots that are meant to be on net. And even, like, I have one play down here. Quinn had the lane to walk straight down Main Street from a position that he scored from, pretty similar to the LA game on the last road trip. And he passed off to the side to Pettersson, who wasn't in a dangerous shooting location. So it just feels like, whether you want to call it timing, rhythm, just missing the mark, there are a lot of things that just aren't clicking for this group right now.
You've still got 4 or 5 weeks to figure it out, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm just saying that, look, I know they have to get back to their staples, but I think they showed they can do that. And once they do that, they're going to find success. And we've seen them do it. We've seen this power play be successful, but we haven't seen them go away from their staples for 2 months, but we have seen them be very lackluster on the power play for about 2 months now. And yes, I was wondering, 30.3% in January 2024. 15%
One
since
thing
then.
that I do keep coming back to is, how do you best take advantage of that fifth guy on the power play? That fourth forward, if you want to call it, right? Because he was obviously going to man the point. Early in the season, it was obviously Andrei Kuzmenko, and nothing went through him. Let's be honest, Kuzmenko was just there. He was an extra guy to make sure you wouldn't turn the puck over. He was an extra passing option, but he wasn't really a dangerous threat on the power play. You think about when Lindholm was acquired, he wasn't really a threat on PP1, and according to practice lines today, seems like he's back there. For a short while, was it last game they had Pia Suter there?
Yes.
Pia Suter, I don't feel like he's a threat on the power play. Connor Garland had an opportunity for a bit there. It feels like that fifth guy isn't really a threat.
Isn't really there, so it's almost like they're just going to 4-on-4.
Yeah, it's like, formation-wise, yes, you have an extra player, but that fifth guy isn't a legit, whether it's a shooting threat or a playmaker or a dangerous net front presence who can be both a playmaker below the goal line and also screen goaltenders. It sort of feels like they're missing another legit threat on that unit.
What is the solution? Is kind of what I've been trying to think about over the weekend, was like, what is the solution? Because you think about, okay, shoot more pucks. That's what we were talking about last month, but is that going to fix it? Like, I think 1, they need some dumb luck, but 2, they also just need to move again. I feel like anytime this power play's had success, they've been moving around, and I just feel like there's such a lack of movement. Like, everybody hates watching the puck just go from the top of the umbrella around to Miller, back to Hughes, back to Pettersson, back to Hughes, back to Miller. And like you said, there's no threat on the inside. Like, that's where goals happen, is the inside, right? And Rick Tocchet was talking about that again. It was even strength play that he was talking about it, but the power play too. Like, get inside. There's been opportunities or moments where I've seen them throw the puck into the crease, and then like chaos happens, and it looks like they're going to be able to finish, and they're not getting the bounces there. But just create more of those chances. Like, create more of those opportunities where you just put the puck on net, crash to the middle. You've got more guys, put it in the back of the net.
By the way, one other point I wanted to mention on the power play, because I had a second to think about it.
All right.
When's the last time the second unit has scored?
That's a great point. I don't know.
Do you remember in 2019-20, that's the last time the Canucks, in terms of raw goals, they were first in the NHL. They're also top 5 in power play percentage. But because they'd drawn a lot of penalties, total goals, I believe they were tied with Edmonton for the lead. And what I remember about that year was that second unit was really potent, in part because of Brandon Sutter, but also you had Adam Gaudette on that left flank as a really effective shooter. I think Tanner Pearson was on that unit as well. The second unit was regularly chipping in, whereas now it feels like the second unit is, as soon as it take the ice, you're like, well, that's the end of the power play.
There's nobody on the second unit that has a goal this year. No,
there has to be.
Hronek has 2. Hronek.
One of them's probably with when
Susie has 1.
First unit, actually, too.
I'm actually stunned looking at this. So Besser leads them in power play goals this year with 15. Pettersson is second at 11. JT Miller's third with 9. And then Andrei Kuzmenko is fourth with 3.
Wow.
Where's Quinn Hughes? With 2. Quinn Hughes, P.S. Suter, Philip Hronek, and Elias Lindholm have 2. With 1, Carson Soucy, and $5 if you can figure it out. It's okay. I don't want you to.
Ian Cole? I don't know.
Anthony Beauvillier. That's the only other guy.
I thought it might be one of those situations where, like, they're defending a lead in the third period and they put out, like, I don't know, like an Ian Cole type defender, dying seconds, and he somehow scored, but
no, not quite. That's concerning. That's concerning, no matter how you slice it. And that's why I came into the studio today, and I don't want to overanalyze. I think they're going to be fine at 5-5. I think they're going to get back to their staples, and they're going to start trying again, and it's going to look different. I really do. I think they're going to be fine for the playoffs when it comes to that. I am worried about the power play. That is all I'm worried about right now. Canucks Conversation is live Monday through Friday, every weekday at 2 p.m. over on the Canucks Army YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and interact in the YouTube live chat every day with us, folks.